I'm standing outside the Edge in Palo Alto, where just a little while, Dokken hit the stage. Hi, I'm Metal Matt for CC Rock, your direct line to the world of hard rock and heavy metal in the Bay Area. Now, on this month's show, we have Dokken. Now, they came out in the early 80s with such albums as Tooth and Nail, Under Lock and Key, and Back for the Attack, which featured Dream Warrior, which is on the Freddy Krueger soundtrack for A Nightmare on Elm Street. So when we return, we'll be rocking with Dokken. Don't go away.
Remember, when you're vomiting, to kneel. Because if you stand up, you could pass out and bash your head. And always hold on to the sides. Or, if you prefer, the head lean. It's harder to miss that way. Just a few tips for those of you who are going to do heroin. Because you're going to spend a lot of time here.
Right now, we'd like to take you into the... 1, 2, 3.
Your eyes, they buzzing me. Your lips, they speak lies and misery. I was wrong, but I can't turn away. The flame from the air, that telling me to stay into the fire. I'm falling into the fire. I'm falling into the fire. To the fire. I'm falling again into the fire. I'm falling into the fire.
Well, we're back at CC Rock, and we are lucky enough to be joined by Don Dokken. How you doing, Don?
I'm doing good. I'm happy.
So how is this tour going? I mean, you guys having a good time?
Yeah, it's been packed houses every night, which is good for holiday season. Sometimes it's a little rough. No, it's good. I'm happy.
So you now have, of course, Reb Beach in the band, and George Lynch has left the band. Has that changed things a lot in a sense as far as Dokken goes, or is it a fresh new look, or what?
It hasn't changed anything musically. I mean, George's a great guitar player, but Reb's a great guitar player too. As far as songwriting goes, that's actually been a kind of a fresh approach. George was going in a different musical direction, and that's why we decided to go different ways. He wants to do something else musically, I think. I'm not sure what his plans are, but Reb's into what Dokken does, and still that's why we're going that direction. It sounds killer. New album sounds like kind of older stuff, retro. Not older, I wouldn't say. It's just sound 90s. It's got that tooth and nail vibe going.
To the fire! Into the fire! Into the fire! Well, I'm falling again into the fire! Yeah, yeah, yeah! I'm falling back into the fire! Into the fire! I'm falling again into the fire! Falling babe into the fire!
I'll tell you, we do this show because of the fact that bands just like you guys, Saxon, UFO, Dio, Oyster Cult, all these guys from the past who have this magical touch to music, it seems like. The music these days, personally, a lot of it, I think, is junk. It's just like I said, Rob Zombie. It's all a bunch of, materialistic type of merchandising, if you ask me, and there's no real substance to it. I mean, what do you guys think about your music? Obviously, you must enjoy making it, but some of your songs, maybe they sound a little bit almost like something might be missing. You lost somebody in life, or there's a few songs out there, especially the acoustic album. To listen to the acoustic disc, I really felt that your music had a little bit more of a missing something touch. And I know you did a lot of the writing. What do you think about that?
We write songs about what happens to everybody in life. I mean, it's just everybody has their own reasons. I don't think anybody's invalid. I think Rob Zombie is a genius. I mean, but that's his whole thing is it's a show. It's a paparazzi. It's an image. It's a big extravaganza, and that's not, we're more of a meat and potatoes rock band. We go out there and just, look, this is how I sing, it's the way we play, and, there's no frills, no thrills, but it's just, in your face, have a good time.
Straightforward, hard-ass rock and roll.
And when I started out, a lot of bands, a lot of people go, who's Saxon? I was really into Saxon. I dug Saxon, but of course I was into Priest and Purple and all that, and you can see in my voice, my style, Ian Gillan and Rob Halford and Biff Byron. I mean, I love all those people. That's where I come from. I'm older, I'm not 22 years old, and when I was 22, those guys were, happening. And so I was like, wow, I dug it. Plus I started out in Germany, first couple of Dokken tours before this current lineup got together, when I was playing lead and all that. I did some tours in Europe, and Europe was still more rock, just straight ahead, no bull. Then I came back to LA, it was kind of this glam thing was going on, and we didn't really fit into it, and I said, well, let's just go off the laurels of the songs. And the bottom line is, come on, at the old adage, the bottom line is you can hype somebody all you want, and the bottom line is the songs. The songs ain't happening. Yeah, a lot of songs, about you lose somebody. We had songs about death and AIDS, and then we have the pun songs about it's not love, about, I told you I loved you, but I was lying, I just wanted to get you, Here
we go, nice pop song for you. Little rock and roll. I wanna tell you. Told you I had to leave. I have my reasons. I said that it was to stay. The way that I'm feeling, it's not love. You left you stand on. It's not love. You left you go. It's not love, misunderstanding. Only a mistake. Why, baby, why did you make me let you go? Leave it so lonely.
fans out there are wondering, why did George leave the second time?
Well, that's a real sticky story. But I mean, to be honest with you, I think George has lost a lot of passion for music, and especially Dokken music. And it was reflecting in performances, and it was reflecting in the way we all work together.
He
And
just wasn't real happy being in Dokken anymore.
right. And we wish the best for him. I mean, I hope he's a brilliant guitar player that, when he puts his mind to it and is into playing music, is a great player. So, we'll see.
Well, we have somebody down at the end of the line down there named Reb Beach, the new guitarist. How you doing, Reb?
Doing well, thanks. Happy to be here.
You got stuck at the end there. You came from Winger, correct?
I was actually with Alice Cooper for the last 3 years. But yeah, I started Winger in '89.
So how has Reb's arrival helped out the band? Is it fresh? Is it new?
No, it's been a total breath of fresh air.
Well, we did a show recently with Deep Purple, and of course Steve Morse, joined on. Richie exited. Kind of seems like a little bit like similar situations in a sense, not exactly, but the freshness, the happiness on stage, having a good time, is that back?
Yeah, that's definitely back with Reb. And, he's the right man for the job. And not that he has a good vision of what Dokken, like we said, on the Shadow Life LP, maybe kind of went out a little ways. He goes, I'm going to bring it right back into this pocket, where you're supposed to be. And it's really easy for him to see that, being a fan that he was in the 80s, right?
Yeah.
Well, at least he's telling us he was.
But he brought a lot of new material that's really right in our alley, on the plate, for what we're going to record now.
I've
So,
always been a big Dokken fan, so I had a lot of riffs that were kind of Dokken-y, that I brought to the table, and these guys went, yes, and they really liked it, so the writing's going really well.
Woke up today, I'm alone. I look around, but baby, you were gone. But I don't mind, and I know wherever I'm pacified. I'm alone, now that you're gone. Don't need nobody to hold it, turn me down. I'm from the chains, so let me be. Why gotta be free? Breaking the chains.
your acoustic video, and you had an interview portion there where it talked about you have 2 girlfriends and you have a child with each. Is that right? So I mean, it sounds like you're kind of hard to work with sometimes on the marital side.
I've never been married, so that's obvious, right?
Yeah, that's pretty. I mean, it's
Consummate bachelor. I mean, I love women. The species of women. I love women. It's a species. I love women. And that's probably the problem. I love women. You know.
you must love those spandex days of the '80s. I'm sure where things were hop. You're opening for Dio on that one tour I remember, under Lock and Key tour, which is like in 1984, I believe. And you guys were hot. And then you went into and you did the hearing aid video, which I think Ryan James Dio was one of the organizers of getting that together. How did that go and how was it?
Well, it's because, Ronnie and I became friends. Plus, I'm a huge fan of Ronnie's, from everything from Sabbath when he was an Elf to Rainbow, or, you name it. But, of course, we became friends on the tour and all that. And he lives in L.A. and he invited me to sing on the album. And it was cool. Plus, it was for a good cause. And as far as the spandex thing, talking about those days, I don't miss those because the thing about spandex was there's a good and bad side of spandex. A chick can look just amazing in spandex, and all can be very revealing about what you don't want to see. For guys too, you look at, oh man, why'd you wear those? Put a skirt on. I didn't. That's more than I want to see.
It's like this. Summer's come and gone since you've gone away, leaving me here with my tears. Baby, why couldn't you stay? Leaving me here, my pain. Now that you're far away, summer's come and gone, and a cold winter blows. My heart's crying over you, 'cause now I'm alone without you. This one's for Melissa. Sing along. I like to see you in the morning light. I like to feel you when it comes to night. Now I'm here and I'm all alone. Still I know how it feels. I'm a lonely girl, tried so hard to make you see, but I couldn't find no one. Now the tears, they fall like rain. I'm alone again without you. One for me. I said stay, but you turned away. You tried to say that it was me. Now I'm here, and I lost my way. Still I know how it feels. I'm a lonely girl, tried so hard to make it see, but I
CMC International, which is a great label, because I must say there's a lot of great bands from the past, future, and present. They're on that label. How is it working out with CMC?
Great. They've been very supportive. They're real excited about the band now. They're excited about Reb being in the band. I think this next record's they're gonna be real happy with, because it is gonna sound more like perhaps traditional Dokken, and I think it's gonna give them a chance to do their thing a little better with it.
I said you just got lucky. I believed your deadly lies. Palo Alto, you just got lucky. Here you are, been here for time. Said you just got lucky. I believed your deadly lies. What more? You just got lucky. You're the devil in take it down, take it down, take it down, take it down. But mom, you can cry. Now that it's over, I see it right through. Not looking back again, not starting new. Was making all the use is wasted time. Maybe I loved you still, get you off my back. You think someone when I was the one just got lucky. I believed your deadly lies, but I want to hear you. You just got lucky. Can you out and in the dark? You just got lucky. I was taken by surprise. Come on, your mom's a monkey. You're the devil in You just got lucky. You just got lucky. Palo Alto, you got so